Hey everybody, it's Wisp. I wanted to get in touch with you guys about the last three starting emblems that we get. There's going to be DLC and more DLC down the line, but for now, we got Lucina, Erika, and the little bonus there, and Micaiah. As always, they seem like they're going to be really powerful. That's to be expected. That's the point, right, of using the emblem. That's the point of this feature. Emblem Lucina, known as the Emblem of Awakening, is an exalted princess who trusts in hope and never yields to close to accurate, right? I mean, cool. So she's gonna shine when fighting alongside allies. She wants to be by people. Actually, interestingly enough, she seems very much similar to what Prom would be, right? So Dual Strike is her sync skill. Lets her participate in chain attacks regardless of class type, or the user's class type. Um, Normally, only backups can do that. So this is a huge thing. Lets anyone do backup. That feels very Lucina, coming from another timeline to help Crom fight. Actually, we get that whole scene when she pops out of the sky, it's Skunky, and starts fighting Risen alongside Crom. That's kind of what this feels like to me. So our weapon's going to be the Noble Rapier. Does extra damage versus cavalry and armored foes. So, always nice to have. Her engage skill is Bond Shield. Bond Shield is the most Crom sounding thing ever. And it nullifies damage dealt to adjacent allies. 80% chance that it triggers. That's huge, and it feels very Crom. Let's look at the title of Bond. I mean, he's not so much a shield. He's the more aggressive sword one, right? It can only help from one attack, so it's not something that you can like cling to and keep a unit alive no matter what. However, if a key adept person uses it, that 80% goes up to 100%, which that's big. All right, and then her engage attack is all for one. All allies within 2 squares participate in a chain attack, regardless of anything. Participate in a chain attack, and that's full on. Like, it doesn't matter if they're back up or anything. All allies do that. That is one massive just jumping somebody. That's something that feels more like a Crom skill. All the shepherds unite in a big attack. So that has me a little scared for what Crom's potential would be, right? Like, that's what I expect from him. So since Lucina has it, will he come? But that's not the point of this video. I'm sure he will, just due to relevance and popularity, if nothing else. So moving on, we've got the Erika emblem. She's known as the Emblem of the Sacred. She's a kind princess who battles for the sake of peace, together with her twin brother Ephraim. And she assists at leader's group, which everyone's doing that. That doesn't need to be said anymore. But thanks. Very thorough of you. Alright, one of her sync skills is called Lunar Brace. It deals higher damage versus high defense foes. So, reduces defense. So basically, if you have defense of 10, you should take 10 off of my attack, but instead you'll take like 5 off of my attack. You can swap at will between Erika and Ephraim using the alternate command. It does a command when you have this ring equipped. So they have another sync skill due to that. Stats are completely the same, but now it goes from Lunar Brace to Solar Brace. And that's Ephraim's. It heals HP proportional to damage dealt, which is it's kind of similar to Aether. Reduces their defense, increases your attack, and then you heal some damage. Anyway, it should be able to get a rapier, which is going to do extra damage versus cavalry and armored foes. There's nothing crazy new here. However, Sacred Twin, the engage skill, activates both Lunar Brace and Solar Brace at once, so almost Aether, not quite. But it's called Solar Lunar Brave. Change that up on you. It rhymes. But basically, engage skill is both synchro skills combined, which is actually really neat. And Twin Strike. Twin Strike is an engage attack. It hits a sword-based and a lance-based attack. It can only be used, but only a melee sword user can do that. So you have to have the sword yourself, and then the sword and lance strike hits. And basically that's because Ephraim is the one who uses the lance. You use the sword, and then Ephraim shows up and uses the lance. But anyway, when you are engaged, the hair turns white, and I'm talking like white. It's a really cool look, I think. Looks really clean on some of these characters are gonna look great with it. I'm surprised on who they gave it to, right? Like, if Crom and Robin come as DLC, why not use it on them? Or again, I can't keep thinking of DLC, but like Micaiah, she has like silver hair. It's actually a plot point that she has silver hair. Speaking of her, that's where we're going next. Alright, Micaiah, known as the Emblem of Dawn, has mysterious powers, such as healing and foreseeing the future. Yeah. So her sync skill is called Staff User. It lets the user wield any staves in any class. Um, that's cool. You get the ability to straight up heal people. Her engaged weapon is Shine. It's a tome, light magic. So light magic is in the game, and Micaiah can use it. Don't know if it does anything special. So we know it increases the field of vision, kind of like Torch. But what I mean is, I don't know if it like does special extra damage to other magic. It doesn't look like there's a magic triangle. So it just looks like wind, fire, like all the anima stuff, and then light, and maybe dark if we get it. It's all just kind of magic. But that's okay. Alright, so her engaged skill is called Amplify. It boosts the range of a staff, and as well as the range of effect. So that is an increase of 5. You can heal from 5 spaces away if you're going to be using a staff if you're engaged with Micaiah. So engaging healers, suddenly a good idea. Great Sacrifice. Great Sacrifice restores the allies, fully restores the HP of all allies, but it does take the user's HP down. You are left with 1 HP, basically, after using Great Sacrifice. But that's a really great sacrifice. You get in the back lines and use that, and everyone's just fully healed. Maybe not the back of the back because reinforcements, but if it's a dragon class, which really is pretty much a leer, you keep 30% of your HP instead of 1. So there's something that might be a good idea. Just for the sake of showing, we have Jade with Micaiah. It's a sort of platinum blonde, like a lighter blonde, not the full-on white, but interesting. Look there. It's interesting. It's a cool look, but it's just interesting to me because it's not quite like silver. No one's hair color seems to be exactly what their actual hair color is, except for like Marth and Roy. But I don't know. I guess yeah, it's just kind of interesting to me. But that's all I have for today. So thank you again, everybody, for tuning in, and I can't wait till this game comes out. There's still more engaged content coming, more character bios, information on skills, and all that's coming out. So please continue to tune in to the daily updates. Trying to just build as much hype as I can until the actual release and get these out so that maybe if you haven't been keeping up on like the small tidbits we get every day, this is kind of bigger updates. Just kind of pray for the game so you know what you're getting into going in. Not that most people are going to be surprised. I mean, it's Fire Emblem, we kind of know the premise. But anyway, thank you very much, everybody. And until next time.